Jim, can I get your reflections on today's game, please?
We're disappointed, James, obviously first and foremost to come here and lose the game. Is hugely disappointing. I felt that with the team that we had on the pitch, I felt we were capable of going and winning the game today. But it's goals change games. We didn't start the game all that well. I thought it was all a little bit slow and a wee bit flat. And our build-up play was a little bit pedestrian at times. But the goals are cheap. And I said earlier to the boys, I don't mind losing good goals when teams cut you open and do a little bit of magic. But the 2 goals that we've conceded today have been really, really sloppy. And I've given the players a lot of credit in the last 3 games of how hard they have been to beat. Opposition have found it difficult to break us down. I just felt today, the manner of the goals wasn't really like us. The set play, it's a free header 6 yards out from goal. We know we've got to do better and we've got to take responsibility in that situation. And then the second goal, when we're on top, because we started the second half really, really well, as I would have expected. The boys gave us a reaction and we were very much on the front foot at the time. But Livingston hit us with a big long ball over the top, in behind. We didn't deal with the first one. The boys are complaining in there, saying that Sauda actually knocked the ball back with his arm, so it should have been a handball at the time. But we've got to defend those 2 instances a lot better. I think we were the better team in the second half. There's no getting away from that. But it's the end result that matters. You don't get any credit for playing well in the second half. It's all about the 3 points.
You mentioned there maybe a bit of contention about the second goal. Just before it, there was a couple of handball shouts from us in the box. The fans seemed to think there was a bit of a shout in that. Did you get a chance to see any of those?
Listen, I saw the second one and it was a shot, but whether it's whether it was a handball or not, it was too difficult from where I was standing to see that. But yeah, the shout goes up. Again, you're hoping those decisions go your way. The same with the second goal. You're hoping that the linesman or the referee sees the handball to knock it back to across the goal. But it wasn't to be, unfortunately. It certainly wasn't for a lack of effort or a lack of trying from the players. I think the second half, once we got that goal, I felt as if we had plenty of time on the clock to go and get the equaliser, and we certainly threw everything at them at the end. We made changes to put more attacking players on the park, but unfortunately just wasn't to be.
I know you've mentioned that you don't get any points for a good second half performance, but that must give you a bit of encouragement that after what you have described as a flat first half, you did see a good reaction from the players second half.
No, listen, I can't fault the players' effort and commitment. Since I've came in, they've been excellent. They really have, and it's the goals. It's an old cliche, but goals change games, and that's just a sloppy first goal for us to concede. There's nothing in the game. There's nothing between the teams. In the second half, yes, we play a lot better. We knew, Livingston are dangerous on the counter-attack, but at that point we're throwing caution to the wind anyway, and we're just trying to go and get that equaliser. But listen, I'll never fault the players for their for the lack of effort. That goes without saying. I don't think you should get too many plaudits for effort. That should be a given anyway. But I felt we had enough on the park today to go and win the game. We weren't coming here to be negative or to sit off the game. I thought we took the game to Livingston. Just the opening half an hour was a little bit too slow for my liking, but it is what it is. Livingston are good what they do. They get bodies back behind the ball. They make life very difficult for you. It's hard to break them down when they've got that many bodies back behind it. But we kept going right till the end, and unfortunately the ball just wouldn't fall for us at the right time.
Yeah, the fans as well had a good travelling support here, and I think they showed at the end kind of what the performance meant to them. How important is it to have them with us?
Listen, we're always disappointed for the fans, especially on away days when they make the effort to come along. But hopefully they saw a bit of fight and a bit of spirit in the players and the team in the second half. I think on another day we could have easily taken something from the game. Unfortunately, we just didn't get the break of the ball. We didn't really get the decisions that you hope go your way. I just thought every kind of 50-50 was going against us on the day as well. And you get afternoons like that sometimes. We've just got to take it on the chin. The players have done extremely well in the previous 3 games, and we've taken a lot of plaudits for those 3 games. If there's a bit of negativity coming away this time, then we just got to take it on the chin and move on.
The transfer window shuts next week. Are there any plans to bring anybody else in?
Nah, listen, it's we'll see what we can do. If there's, if the window closes right now, then I'm happy with what I've got. If something really good comes along, then we'll see what we can do about it. But right now, I'm really pleased with the squad that we've got.
And just finally, obviously Gary Holt wasn't in the dugout today, but I'm sure yourself and everyone at St Mirren wishes him well.
Yeah, I spoke to Davy Martindale prior to kick-off, and I think he had an incident in the gym where he was when he was doing a workout, but I'm led to believe it's nothing too serious. I think he was just kept in as a precaution more than anything, and I would expect him to be back in the dugout next week. But obviously on behalf of everyone at our club, we wish him well and wish him a speedy recovery.
Jim, thanks very much for your time.
Right, thanks James.